let me ask you a question. What is the strongest stat in Wuthering Waves? Now, a lot of you probably answered crit damage. Let's see if we can challenge that idea. So a few weeks ago, I did revamp my Zani's team's echoes, and honestly, it has been so much more better. But the team has lost a lot of crit damage. So why do I prefer this team? Well, I'm about to show you. Okay, before I show you, I want to first show you my Zani's stats. These are her stats of her old build. Now, let's change the echoes. And now, these are my Zani's new stats. Now, between the two Zani stats, which build do you think is better? A lot of you will probably say it's the one that has higher crit rate and crit damage, but it's not. The main reason being the energy regen. Now look, before I go any further, I just want to talk about Moonlit Clouds first, because this is a set that everyone should farm first when they begin farming echoes, because it both your characters and gives your characters energy regeneration. Obviously, people farm Moonlit Clouds for the outro buff, but what people don't talk about is the energy regen. Well, for good reason, because obviously they want to build, the outro buff first, before the energy regen. But no one really understood the importance of energy regen, because either one, the character don't need it, like for Lova as an example, or alternatively, they are using so much Moonlit Clouds that it wasn't really necessary. But now with all these new echo sets, for an example, the new fusion set, the Crown of Valor set, the Dream of the Lost, the Gust of Welkin, the Tide Breaking Courage, and many more, as the list can go on and on nowadays. People are moving away from Moonlit Clouds, so that means a lot of teams are struggling with energy regeneration now. And what does that mean? A lack of energy regeneration means that your team's rotations will be completely out of sync, and also being interrupted a single time in your team's rotation will completely ruin your team. So I'm going to show you the difference by using my old build and my new builds in the Tower of Adversity, and we'll see which one performs better. So okay, we're going to do this middle tower with my old Zani build with 322% crit damage. Alright, let's see how this goes with my old Zani team. Okay, so we're going to just try this. Obviously, we're going to miss out on the Shorekeeper buffs for this first rotation, but we will get it for the next one. And as you can see, the damage is hefty with this Zani. So now we're going to go back to the Shorekeeper, and this time we will be getting the outro buff. So we'll go back to her, and also my Phoebe has 0 energy regen. Actually, she has 110%. So 10% higher than what it would usually be. And as you can see, we're having very big energy problems already. And yep, look at this, energy regen problems. And just like this, we are going to miss out on the Shorekeeper intro skill. And look at that, by this time we would have already been on our Shorekeeper by now. But we had to waste so much time gaining energy, it's unreal. So I hope that shows my point with this team, but now let's switch to the new Zani build. So okay, this is my new Zani build, 140 energy regen and just under 300 crit damage. Let's see how this one does. Again, we're just going to the same tower, same middle tower, the mech abomination thingy. Same team comp, Zani, Phoebe, Shorekeeper. So let's try this again. Alright, we'll switch to Phoebe. Obviously, missing out on the outro buff for the first rotation again. We're going to try to keep it the same as the old one just to try and illustrate my point a bit better. So okay, it's looking fairly similar, but after the first rotation I think we will see my point. So fortunately I didn't get grabbed by that, or else I would have had to literally redo this run. So okay, Zani rotation done. Back to Shorekeeper. And now we will get the outro bow. And this team, my Phoebe also has 140% energy regen, so she won't be having those energy problems even if she does get interrupted. So now back to Zani. And look at that, we already have our ult up before it's off cooldown. And just like that, we fixed our rotations. And like that, we're getting more DPS output than we would have had with, what's it called? The crit damage build. Because, well, we would have been stuck building up energy in that time. And with this rotation, it's perfect for Phoebe to also get her skill cooldown up. So all the timings, all of the energy just works so well with this team now. Obviously I did mess up my rotation a little bit because I did switch out to Zani a little bit too early. I was a little bit nervous that she was going to die because I was speaking a lot while trying to dodge. But this is still going to be a very, very swift 3-star. Just like that. Notice how we had no struggles with that run. So I hope that helped illustrate my point a little bit for the energy regen anyway. And I know energy regen is so slept on because, well, people were using Moonlit Clouds in the beginning and then they would never have to build energy regen. And they just spent all their time on crit damage. But when your characters are not even rotating properly, what is the point of the crit damage? There's literally no point for it because you're just losing out on DPS because you're not prioritizing the other stats. Personally, I do still think that crit damage is a very important stat, but in my humble opinion, energy regen is the most important one aside from characters like Forlova, obviously, that don't need energy regen for their kit. So yeah, I hope you like that video. I hope, I made some kind of sense, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, sharp like an edge of a samurai sword. The mental blade cut through the flesh and bone. Though my mind's at peace, the world out of order. Missing the inner heat, life gets cold.